Hello guys, welcome. In today's video we are going to talk about lambda function, which is also called anonymous function. So why it is called anonymous function? In Python the functions which has no name are called anonymous functions. So the lambda function can also be called as anonymous function because it has no name. So in this video we are going to cover first the basic syntax of lambda or anonymous function. To understand it completely we will be considering three practice programs. In the first practice program, if the user entered even number, then the lambda function will return true, and if the user entered the odd number, the function will return false. We will be doing it by lambda function. And the second practice program is that lambda return the last alphabet of each string. In this practice program, we are giving a string as an argument of the function, and the lambda function will return the last alphabet or character of each string. And in the third practice program, we will be using if else condition to check if the length of the string is greater than 5, then the function will return true, otherwise it will return false. And then we will move toward enumerate function. So enumerate function we will be using especially in loops to track the position of the atoms. We use in enumerate function, we use in loops to track the position of the atoms. So first, to understand it completely, we will be considering two practice programs. So the first practice program we have to print the atoms of list with their position by using the enumerate function. We will be printing each atoms present in a list with respect to their position. And the second practice program, we have to make a program in which we pass two arguments, a list and a string, through a function. And if the string is present in the list atom, then the function will return its position, or if the index number. Otherwise, it will return -1. So if the list has 3 atoms and all the 3 atoms are string data types, then we will compare all the atoms with the target, and if the target is matched with the atoms, then we will be returning their position number, that the target is present in the specific position number. And if the target is not present, then we can just return the -1, which means that the target is not present in the list which we are giving in a argument. So these all the things we will be covering in this video. So if you want to learn all about this, please stick to me at the end of this video. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and do not forget to like this video. Now let's proceed. First we have the basic syntax of lambda. Now to understand it basic syntax, first we are going to take two numbers from an user. So why we are taking two numbers from the user? I am going to make a small program to sum these two numbers. Enter a number. Alright, now I can just now I am going to define my function as first lambda function must be stored in a variable. So I am storing it in C and I am using lambda. So I have to define two variables, A or B have already used, so I am using Q and W, and after that I am going to add them. So at the left side we are declaring or defining the arguments of the function, and the function perform after the colon. So this is the syntax of the lambda function, that at the left side we are defining the arguments and at the right side we are perform their functions. Now what we are going to do, we just now have to call the function. We can just print C, and we are giving two arguments A and B which will be given by the user. And then if I run this program, you can see it is asking to enter a number, suppose 2 and 3. You can see that their sum is 5 is present in the output. So I hope you understand the basic syntax. It is the basic program we have done just. So now we are considering the first practice program, that if user entered the even number, then it must return true, or either it will be false. Now in the first practice program we can store it even. I am going to make a variable even and I am using lambda function. So at the first I am going to define my variable, and then if a is even, so if a is even, I can directly check its remainder. Now if a is even, then we can directly, it will directly print true, or if it is not even, it will directly print false. I can just call my function here even. So if I write here 6, you can see that I am writing 6, which is even number, so it will return true. You can see that here. So if I write here 9, which is not even number, if I again run this program, you can see that it is returning false. Why it is returning false? Because this condition is not true. All right, now let's proceed. It is also the basic program we have. Now you can also see that lambda function can also reduce our number of lines. In normal functions, first we have to define the function, and then we have to, by using the if else condition, we will be having to check the condition that if it is remainder is 0 or not. So you can see that those 4 to 5 line programs we just cover in 2 lines. So it is the benefit of, by using the lambda functions, we can reduce the number of lines in our code. Now the second program we have is to lambda return the last alphabet of each string. So to return the last alphabet of each string, first we have to give in the string. Now we can directly call, I am naming it last character. Last character is the variable, and I am using lambda function, and I am going to define a variable which is s means string, and I have to return the last character. So we know that how to return it. I can just directly put here -1. So I am using indexing here, so -1 will be returned. By using this index, automatically the last alphabet will be stored in this variable, last character. All right, now I just have to call my function, and by calling it, I am going to last character. Now I am just giving the string. Now this is the string, my name, and then if I run this program, R, which is the last alphabet, is appearing at the output. Now let's proceed the third practice program. So we have to make a program by using if else in lambda, that if the length of the string is greater than 5, then it return true, otherwise it will be false. Now let's proceed. I'm going to create a variable called func, which I am going to store lambda, and we have to check the length of the string. So I am calling the defining variable L, which means the length. So I am going to write here true. I have to write capital T. Yes, true. It is true. I am using if condition if len of the L variable is greater than 5, or else it can return false. All right, now I just need to just call my function, and I am going to which is accurate 5, its length is 5, so it should return it is not greater than 5. So if I run this program, you can see that it is appearing false because it is not greater than 5. If it is greater than 5, then it will return true. If I write my full name here and again run this program, you can see that it is returning true because now the length of the string is greater than 5. If it is greater than 5, then it is returning true. If it is not or even equal to greater than 5, then it will be returning false. Now we have covered all the practice programs. They are so simple. In two lines we have covered all of this. It is the benefit of lambda function, then we can directly reduce the maximum number of lines. Now we have moved towards enumerate function. So Enumerate function, as we discussed, we used in loops to track the position of the elements or items present in a list or anything or atoms of any data type. Now, what we are going to do here, we first have a practice program to print the atoms of list with their position by using the enumerate function. We have to print atoms with their respective position. Now, let's do this. So I am going to create a list called names. So in this list there are 3 names: my name, and suppose Python we have here another name, and David is another name. So this list contains 3 names. Now I am going to create a for loop for, so the when we are using enumerate function, so we have two things, a position and the value. So I am using position dot atom. So there is, first we have the position, which I am representing as POS, and then we have atom. So in which is the keyword enumerate, yes, and by in which we are running this in names is our list. Now what we have to do, we just need to print the position with their atoms. As we discussed in this practice program, we need to print the position with their atoms. Now what we are going to do here, I am using string formatting. First I am using position, alright, and then their atom. First position and then we have the atom. So it is already, if I going to run this program, you can see that the position is appearing at the left side. As we did at 0 position we have Umair, and then at 1 position we have Python, and at the second position we have David. So now it is done, right? Now the second practice program, we have to make a program in which we pass 2 arguments, a list and a string, through a function, and check if the string is present in a list, return it position, otherwise return -1. Now first we are going to, I am using the same list, so I just copy this list from here and paste it here. Now I am going to create a function. So at this time we are using enumerate function, so I can just, to understand the enumerate function, I am defining any function. So find, we are going to return the position of an atom, so I am naming it find position. So we are returning 2 arguments, we are giving 2 arguments. So first is list and the second is string, which will be called target, which is our target, which must be present in a atoms of list. If it is not present, then the -1 will be returned. Now what we are going to do, we are using for loop. Whenever we are using enumerate function, we must have to use for loop or while loop, because it is for looping, not for any other purpose we use it. Now the first we have position and then we have atom. As we discussed earlier, we have 2 variables here in for loop when we use enumerate function. Now we have in enumerate, where we are in names, the same list. Now we have to check if the target is present in the list. So I can directly check it if atom is equal to, so that if item is equals to target, because I am checking the target in atoms. So if this condition is true, I can directly return their position number. So I can directly write here pos, because pos is present here, their position number, so it will be directly returned if this condition will be true. So if it is not true, what we will have to do, we have to break the for loop. So I am backspace and then return -1. If this condition is not true, then it will be returning -1. So I just need to call my function now. Find position, and then we have names. So in list, first argument is list, we are giving is names, and the target we have, suppose I am writing here Python, which is our target. So it's if it is present at first position, so the first one will be returned at the output if this program will be working fine. So if it is not present, then it will be returning -1. So if I run this program, you can see that it is at first position as 1 is appearing at the output. So what if I write here small p, which is not present in the, so it is not small p Python is not here in the atoms. So if I again run this program, you can see that it is returning -1. So I can write here also cat, which is also not present. So only thing which is present here, of course my name, only thing which is present will be returning at the output. So we have completed all these practice program. I hope you learned something new from this video. If you like this video, please do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe our channel for more videos. Please share this video with your family and friends. Thank you very much for watching.